What's up, guys?
I'm here today with my friend Michael. Now, he does not roll,
No, I do not.
but you are a trainer because we share gym space with y'all
Yeah.
for Savage Fitness.
Yes.
So the king's the booty, ladies. I mean, but that really is kind of your specialty.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, so at first, no. It was more of like I wanted to train guys, because I was more of like into that bodybuilder scene. So I thought, when I first got my license, I was like, I'm gonna go to the guy scene. And then I met Chris 2 years ago, and since then, obviously he's well known for building glutes.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know it was like that big of a thing.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? Let me just transfer over into that type of scene. And since then, it's probably the best decision I ever made.
How has that dynamic kind of? I mean, because you switching from kind of the male powerlifting ideal to women who maybe are feeling insecure, trying to get their body back,
Yeah, exactly.
nervous about that.
Yeah, 100%.
How has that made you shift the way that you coach?
So I've actually learned, not gonna lie, males are a lot harder to train.
They're more stubborn.
They're stubborn. They're ego so they don't like to get taught from other males.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's just an ego thing. But women, I get along like a lot better with women. And women are like willing to learn. They're willing to do whatever it takes for them to get their goal.
Do
Right?
you think that women are more patient?
Women are a lot more patient.
With the journey?
So my clients, I'm glad that like all my clients that I have, they're very patient with me, and they're probably the most hardworking ladies. So yeah, women are willing to learn anything they can get on, and then as well they're willing to do whatever it takes for them to get that body. But I think it's I guess like since I started like again working with Chris, a lot of females are looking obviously for that one thing, right? Is to have like that butt or like that perfect frame on their waist, is because of,
And aesthetically, honestly, when we look at what we can work to build,
exactly,
that's the most accessible option. I mean, we can't work muscles to build bigger breasts.
No, exactly. Yeah, no, 100%.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Nobody's gonna go up a couple cup sizes.
Yeah. No, 100%.
With shoulder presses, and so it really makes sense. But I love that women are saying, before I look at the surgeons or the this and then that, what can I do to make my body as strong as possible?
Yeah, no, 100%.
And as healthy as possible.
And that's like the good things though, because of also again like that's why I respect women that that do anything like in the fitness industry, like what you do, is because again it's not easy.
No.
Especially coming in the gym, when they don't want to, and they put in the double like the more work that they usually do.
Yeah.
But I respect it because they come in, like all my girls are monsters. All my girls are monsters.
Well, and you and Chris, like I watch you guys train, and you're so supportive of them.
Yeah.
And I think that it's so important to, as women, we judge each other,
Exactly.
we judge ourselves against each other.
100%.
And you have clients of very different physicalities.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And I've never seen you act any differently or any more supportively
Than one. Yeah.
of one physical capability
100%.
versus another. And I think that women coming in, like we were talking about that journey, the intimidation factor of going like, is this guy gonna beat me up? And you guys never do that.
And that's like the main thing is like I always try to teach people, because obviously we, like what you just said, we teach different women, like obviously different bodies, and then now Chris is training a lot more people that compete.
Oh,
yeah, so he's
awesome.
more like he starts training a lot more people that are like competitors, right? So now a lot of like females are like, oh, you only train people that compete. But and that's like the main thing nowadays is like we want people to make like we want them to feel comfortable, you know,
Right.
with any shape or form. We
Right.
want them to make them like feel comfortable, safe, and not like they don't have to. They're not gonna come in here and be like, damn, I'm getting judged by my trainer.
Right.
Right. Because at the end of the day, though, is like I'm here to help them find themselves and also the journey that they've always wanted to be. And I always tell the girls, it's like if you put in the work, you can get whatever body you want. You just main thing in life is like one, you got to be patient, which I'm not patient at all. I'm not patient. But you either, you know, it's you have to be patient and all. Like this is like my main thing is that it's either like you willing to go forward or not gonna lie, it's just like or you're willing to go back. Then at the end of the day, it's like you might be stuck. You know.
I've often said that you'll get to a point where the need for change surpasses the fear of change.
No, 100%.
You know, I mean,
yeah.
Because I was telling you before we sat down to have this chat, I got up to 218 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, I have chronic low back pain, sciatic pain, everything else. I thought my days of being able to walk into a gym were over.
Yeah.
I had accepted that.
Yeah.
I was an absolute victim of my body. I knew it, and all I could do was control the perception that other people had.
100%.
By pretending that I was happy being fat.
Exactly.
Pretending that people who emphasized a healthy lifestyle were being judgy or
100%.
you know, and then I walked into the gym where someone said straight up, well, you're out of shape and you're too fat, but keep trying and you'll get there. And at first that sounds harsh, but it wasn't said in meanness. It was said as if you want the exact explanation of why you're struggling right now, this is it. So keep struggling and it'll change.
And that's like the crazy part is though is because of like and this is why like me, I respect like Chris a lot.
Yeah.
Because Chris is like he's very like bold. Like he will tell you exactly how it is.
Yeah.
And that's why.
But he's a sweetheart.
No, he's like probably one of the nicest guys that I know.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, though, like you know, the truth hurts. You know, but especially when people tell you the truth, they care about your well-being. A lot of people that tell you what you want to hear, they're just lying to you, just to make you feel better. You know.
It's. I think it's a very intricate balance for each person of finding where their threshold of hearing brutal truth.
Yes, exactly.
But also needing support to overcome.
Exactly.
Those facts.
100%. And honestly, I'm the type of person is like I'll be brutally honest with you. It just depends on how you take honestly my opinion, right? But again, it's like I'm not with my girls. I'm not gonna be like, you know what. This is gonna be easy. This is like it's not like
you can quit at 5.
You know exactly. Like it's not, and that's the thing though is like, and that's why, like obviously our girls are like what I said, they're beasts because of like they come in, you know, they know exactly what they're gonna get themselves into, and then also like we care about their health, their well-being, you know, and especially with girls that are like very like not confident or. In that aspect, it's like I like those type of clients a lot more, just because of like I'm willing to help them find their confidence, you know. And it only takes like again what I was telling you earlier is like it takes that only that one person in that one conversation that will help. But a lot of people are not willing to keep that help. They're not willing to ask people questions because a lot of people nowadays are scared to be judged by any question or somewhat, and that's like. Obviously that's like my main thing is like just to help people, you know, because obviously like I said, a lot of people are scared to willing to take that step, but
I think that so often we forget to have that learner's mentality.
Exactly. Yeah.
Coming into something
100%.
new or
Yeah.
new to us at this phase of our life, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've known people, I've seen people who were beasts in high school, athletically or whatever, and it fell apart.
Yeah.
And then they walk into a gym and they're not comfortable going back to starting.
No, no, because they're, I think they're personally scared to start all over.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Because once you were good at something and it was, I'm not saying like taken away from you, you're scared to go back in there and you're like, what do I do?
But I think, like you were saying, when you have clients with low self-confidence, low self-esteem, that's an even bigger hurdle sometimes.
It is.
But then just watch them change.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes when they're so low, they appreciate that. I know I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I absolutely did. The small little successes mattered so much because I never believed I could even achieve that.
And I honestly, and that's like a perfect thing though at the end of the day though, is because I think the smaller achievements are better than the bigger awards.
Right.
Because I think like awards are good though, but those tiny steps that you have to take are a lot harder, you know, because you have to go through those times and those hard times. And usually those success times, the small ones, are not hard. It's hard to get to.
Right.
You know? But
I'll have 2 weeks where I feel like every time I roll with someone, I can't get anything.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a roll that is like, I'm on fire. Yes.
Yeah, no, so it's like that one thing.
I'll remember,
yeah.
and then I want to come back even more.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing your women. I've seen some of these girls be like, and you guys are like, no, come on. And the smile on their face once they do it, once they push it out.
Well, because I think a lot of, like, again, it's just, how do I say it? So what I think about it though is like a lot of people don't think like before they do it, their mentality is like, I can't do this.
Right.
But also like some people have that like that beast mentality. They're like I'm gonna make this weight my bitch, or like I'm gonna make this role my bitch. But some other people are just like, you know what? Like I can't do this, you know? And at the end of the day though, it's like you need that one person, or you need to be like, fuck this. Like I'm not, especially in life, like I'm not gonna let this
stop me.
Or like I'm gonna be scared of this for what reason? Like why are you scared to begin with? Then you don't even know the outcome of it.
Well, on the flip side too, like because I'm one of those. Like I would watch a P90X video and get all like worried somebody's watching me in my own damn living room and have to do everything, and then be like, ugh, I can't breathe, I can't walk. And I joke about it, and I've said it before, but I'm strategically falling on the toilet, things like that. And then I quit because I hurt myself too bad for that consistency.
Okay.
And so I think what you're saying is having that mindset to love the small accomplishments.
And then the bigger ones.
Gives you the mindset to be consistent.
Exactly, yeah.
And kind of be the turtle rather than the hare when it comes to fitness and health.
And I think just in general though, I think that's just like a big thing in life though. Like whatever you are wanting to do in life or anything, like you can accomplish it. You know, like no one's here to save you. And if you want to stay in one spot, then that's on you though. But I think nowadays like everyone can do possibly whatever they want to do, and they can accomplish anything they want to do. And then health wise, like health is huge nowadays.
It's huge.
And honestly I think it's just going to get a lot worse. But I think if you all the resources is right in front of you. Like legit, you can get any resource that you want in front of you, but again, like no one's willing to ask questions or put in the work for it.
I think though the other side of that too is, or they're asking for where's the shortcut.
Exactly.
Where do I find the shortcut?
Exactly.
And spending so much time looking for a shortcut rather than just start working.
Exactly. No, and then that's the thing though, is like now a lot of people nowadays, like what you just said, like they're willing to get to that one point instead of like going, like they're trying to get to point A to point like C, but they're not willing to go to A to B.
I will tell you 100% honestly, I mean, pregnancies, babies, my body was fucked. And I was convinced that the only thing I could do to maybe, hopefully, jumpstart me getting healthy again was a massive mommy makeover. Plastic surgery. Researched, but it just wasn't doable for me. And there was that frustration, like, oh, if I could just make that happen, the rest of my life would work out. And then I walked into the gym, and I started putting my ass on the mat and gradually working my way up. To the point now, I don't feel like I need that. I don't. And I'm not disregarding or dissing on anyone who goes that route. Because honestly, I've told you, pregnancy tore my center abdominis. I have no core. That won't heal without surgery. But I've gained my health in spite of that. And you know, by just starting to work on it and saying, I'll get there when I get there.
And that's like the main thing, and also like that's why I said, and I respect him in exactly what you just said, you know, because you were able to go that route.
Right.
You were able to like go get plastic surgery. Like I'm not bashing on no one that.
No,
has that
I
stuff
wasn't.
No, no, like me either. But I'm saying though is like you're willing to put in the work. You're willing to be that patient. So in the long run, you're like, damn, I went from I had this struggle to this struggle to this struggle to get to your point, and at the end of the day, you can be like, I've done this on my own. I did this all by myself. You know, and that's the main thing is like no, like that, like kudos to everyone or whoever wants to do anything to their body, you know. But
take ownership.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, like love it, like you know, do whatever you want to do. But
part of taking ownership, in my opinion, having been in that position, is in the meantime, right? Like if I'm trying to save for surgery, great. But what are you doing for you to make you healthier for that transition?
100%,
right? Like at the end of the day, if I spend 5 years saving money,
for that one surgery,
eating unhealthy, not being active, not taking care of myself, I started seeing more and more women who weren't happy with their results.
Exactly.
Because they didn't have the muscle tone underlying, you know, and things like that. And so for me, it's not a question of what you want in your ultimate outcome. It's a question of if you're working towards something, make the whole goal cohesive.
Exactly.
Work the body while you're working to fix the body.
Exactly.
You know?
It's like don't sit down and not do anything. I totally understand that.
Like
that doesn't make sense.
I remember one night literally sitting there and I'm researching surgeons. Eating a family-sized bag of Doritos. and I got the Dorito powder like on my, and I was like, wait a minute. You know? And that was a light bulb moment for me as far as set a goal. But also set other plans in place.
Exactly.
For arriving at that goal even better.
No, and that's like the thing though, and I try to like tell everyone in life, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to get to your goal.
No.
The hard part is to start.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't want to start something that they're uncomfortable with, or they don't know how to do it.
No, it's terrifying.
It's super terrifying.
Yeah,
like,
especially the older we are.
And I think nowadays though is because I think they're like it's so hard because a lot of people like they're stubborn, or their ego's too like their pride is too high to the point that they're like, no, I don't need no help, like but they're not willing to ask. They're trying to figure it out on their own.
So how does that work for you, like kind of the graduation process, right? They're reaching goals, they're dialed in. Where do you find that you can say, okay, little bird, you don't need me. Check in with me when you need, you know what I mean? Because that happens too. There's a progression that way.
So how I usually like come into like in my mindset is that I understand they come to me for help, but it's one of those things. Is like I look at them like I need them more than they need me.
Right.
Just because of like if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't learn more, or I wouldn't make that my goal because I didn't have them. So usually with that being said is that when how do I say that? So when we get to basically the main their main goal of like what they want to do, they usually stay though because then they want more.
Right.
Because they're not I don't care what anyone says. No one is satisfied with their body.
No.
No one is. I don't care if they say I love my body, and I'm like, yeah, they love their body, but they're probably like, I want to do this more or that more or that more. And
well, it's like you achieve one goal and you're like, ooh, how do I push myself more? Because not just physically what you've gained, but mentally and emotionally what you've gained. And so you're 100%. Looking for the next challenge.
Yeah, and then I think that's the main thing is though, like once you're mentally, obviously mentally is like probably top notch of more than physical, or emotional, because obviously your what you put in your brain or like whatever is like your mental health is like your whole aspect of your body, right?
But isn't it amazing how a sedentary body leads to a lot of mental health struggle?
Yeah.
And so many people exercise in some form is what alleviates that.
No, yeah, and that's like I think that's like the main thing. Also, what you said is like a lot of people are not confident or whatever is because of one, they don't have confidence, so they tell themselves in their mental health like you ain't shit, like you're not worth nothing,
Their own self-talk is just as damaging as anything anybody may say.
And I think that's like the worst thing nowadays is, if you beat up yourself, if you're fighting your own demons, then your demons will win if you don't got that strong mentality. So that's why I say in anything you do, like any physical activity, once you have your brain going and you do any physical activity, you can win your brain no matter what.
It's true. Like we were saying, the gym is where I dump what I don't need.
Exactly.
100%. The mental that I don't need gets cleared here.
Yeah, and that's like, and I think that what people they need to find that niche of where they feel safe, and also where they don't feel where their brain is taken over them. And that's like honestly, and I think when they're by themselves, and I can probably say this about 99% of people, when they're by themselves, that's when they mostly fight their demons.
100%.
Yeah, so I think like whatever they do in life, I think people just need to. Everyone needs like physical, like everything.
Even go for a walk.
Yeah, go for a walk will help you.
Move somehow. And then come in and get your ass in here.